Starting lineup: Gwen, Graves, Lux, Soul, Karma up against Kaylee, Karthus, Yone, Jinx, Blitzcrank. Rating of the picks for a lower ranked game: Gwen as a top 10, Graves in the jungle 5, Lux as a mid 10, Soul in shooter 7, Karma in support 6, Kaylee as a top 4, Karthus in the jungle 0, Yone as a mid 7, Blitzcrank in support 7. Get a matchup between a 5 and a 0 here. And just Karthus struggling with that farm speed. You have no items, you get outdone. You're gonna get upset enough to the extent that you wanna report me. But report me. And now we're gonna have a whole different crybaby system. And there's just no use beefing. You have this mid lane matchup between Lux and Yone. Both players wanna shine. And it's just too bad. We have a little bit of exploring here. This is a guy above aquamarine experience. If you know what this can lead to, please tell me. Like every time helping the jungler out, this Karthus will end up struggling severely with basic farming, and he will get slain by the first monster. This Yone player attacking him in the pings, wrecking the team 2 minutes and 38 seconds in. Dealing with this Yone player I did not sign up for. This whole game going to be filled with the fallout of this infant getting laughed at in the last couple of games that he played. And reactively, of course, he's going to take that out on all of us for the full 40. And basically every time anybody ever meets any kind of unfortunate circumstance, this Yone player will be right there to laugh at them or trap them or rip them off. Karthus in general a horrible pick. In the Victor stratosphere, meaning never seen it work one single time. 6 months in, Karthus 0 out of 20. That is 0 out of 20 total attempts. Fails every time. We're gonna have this Yone player, a beautiful boy, and just a lot of hesitation here, finding it difficult to close that gap. And just that Soul Unbound having a little bit of a cooldown. You should be getting bonus attack speed, but that only happens for you if you actually hit somebody. We end up in the top lane between this Kaylee and this Gwen. In my mind, in many ways, a mismatch. Gwen, in very simple terms, a better version of Mordekaiser that is only held back by the fact that she is impossible to embrace by a straight man. And we're going to quickly see this Kaylee crying out in agony to this Karthus, who fails to assist. However, as in all the rest of this game, this Yone player will be very quick to make fun of her dying. We start out with the kid doing the pings, Yone doing the pings. We're going to have a clash as this Karthus will attempt to pounce and revenge Kaylee, but alas, he shan't. This Blitzcrank going to commit with a little consideration, and Jinx is not a support. There's only so much I can do. Eventually, this beautiful boy, Esdez, it's a beautiful name too, Going to succumb to Lux here, just lacking the attack speed to do anything of significance. And Yone's gameplay revolves around quick bursts of damage, outplays with his mobility, and controlling the flow of a fight with his knockups and positioning. He's a champ who thrives on mechanical skill, and his abilities require good timing. And the boy as Dez just not bringing it today, all in the pings. It is a montage of the same thing. We're going to have this Yone player getting unfortunately stuck, still being a beautiful boy. We end up with the play of the game, as instead of responding to all the verbal hatred, I'm just going to take your stuff and make it mine and claim the kill that you've been setting up. I particularly like this play. It's a bit of a mirror of my life, you know? Rather stoic, not per se going to say something back. And the results are devastating for your KDA, because at the end of the day, you keep pointing out the mistakes of other people, but you went negative yourself. That's too bad. Take a look at the beginning of this play, look at where Yone is, look at the turrets on the map. So you are objectively the worst defensive player, all your turrets are down, and you're out here in the bottom lane. Ayo! Meanwhile, we're going to pathetically go after this Cardus every 5 seconds that he dies, which of course is an idiotic thing to do because he has a revive mechanism, so you keep clicking on him to mock him for dying, but it keeps saying Cardus is alive, Cardus is alive. So how dumb is that? Yeah, I'm between a team wrecker and a handmaiden. I'd rather have myself. Take a look at this item list as well. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Nothing but mage enemies, but just no anti-mage items. A bunch of great thinkers, to be sure. If we have to look at this general lineup for the blue team, we would have to say, as a synergy, very interesting here. One of the first times that the synergy is not going to resonate with the individual champ scores, because you put a bunch of mages together and that just doesn't work out. We would have to say a low B. This is something that you would never ever see higher up, and it is a clear hallmark of where we are. You also see this extreme self-glorification in everything, and this navel-gazing that they just want to max out their own DPS meters, right? They're not even picking up on the fact that, hey, if we just block magic, we're gonna be fine on everything because it's all they got. If we have to look at Team Red and give a score to the synergy of the picks, we would have to say a C. Kaylee does not belong in top. Cardus is not really appropriate in jungle slot. Blitzcrank is a bit too far-fetched and a bit too much of a pro pick. And the same exact thing can be said for Yone. Yone is not somebody that is easy enough to control for a casual to solo him in the mid lane. Really any more than it would be to solo Kaisa in the mid lane. So that's a clear-cut C. These individual picks also don't fit from a functionality standpoint. Taking a look then at these individual players and looking at their behavior, we would have to say this Gwen an A. Gwen is broken like Eloy. You seem to be a person who made a new account. You went fanatically all-out offensive, as is appropriate for the casuals, but you get away with it that Gwen is way overpowered. Shadow Flame being a little bit of a delicate finishing touch here. Also a very good way to farm up a bunch of gold. We take a look at this hyper-experienced Graves player. going 17-4. We would have to say a B, playing selfishly and going all out offensive, but with a lot of skill. Of course, we have to be honest and say a lot of that is Cardus being Cardus as well. As your matchup. Had the most gold of anybody in this game and pretty much maxing everything out. We have this Lux. We would have to say an A, going 16-8, a bit of a dream mid. Yet again though, going all out crazy offensive. I can imagine building Lux so frail and fragile probably took you a lot of time to get good at it. And just a straightforward yet impactful kit from Lux makes her an excellent playmaker. Just a low mechanical skill floor, but you still have somewhat of a high ceiling. It's a bit the perfect casual pick. Note that despite the cliche, I've never really complained about the fact that Lux is in every game. I don't fundamentally disagree with it. And just the ease of execution. Most of Lux's abilities are relatively straightforward, and you can still meaningfully contribute. You have that high impact, they don't require complex combos, but you hit the Q or the R and it could easily swing the game in your favor. This Aurelian Soul, we would have to say a B. Really a bit of a, it's a very original pick. It's certainly not wrong in the casuals or in the lower tiers. AP tends to work much better, but you end up shocking the team and creating a bit of unrest anyway. Also a lot of selfish plays, just always saving the cooldown for anything to get the kill steal on. A bit cheap with that afterburn effect from the Black Fire Torch. Present and ready to help the team out, but a lot of selfish moments as well. We have this Karma, we would have to say a B. You leaned in heavily into your ultimate, went Malignance. You're trying to pull off a lot of fancy stuff, trying to get the delicate roll on things. Definitely a player who should focus more on trying to stay alive and do the simple things. Karma, as a general rule, rarely works out, even though in many ways she is an actual support. Looking at this Kaylee, we would have to say an A. You had a bad pick, which is also a form of behavior, but really giving it all you got though. You've convinced me that your struggles are more from a complete lack of understanding than actually maliciousness and falling victim to the endless volume of alternative picks. Typically a person who struggles to choose. You struggle hard, you struggle wild. And as Candace Owens would say, not everybody's brain works the same. Taking a look at this Karthus, we would have to say a C. You died to the first monster that you tried to kill. You went 7-25. Just struggling to find something to hold on to in this game. And it's all in vain. And it's all in vain. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You meandered around, but you found nothing of value. Had no expertise with Karthus either. And it really brings out the punk rocker in me to see something like this, because it really makes me think like, we're seeing you put on Blackfire, seeing you put on Leandry. If it was me, in order to make this somewhat feasible, I would start by turning him into a kind of warrior mage. A kind of battle mage. Then at least you could be reliable consistently and not just when your spells are up. But just overall no dynamo to this champ, and champ selection is a part of behavior. Take a look at this Yone, the easiest C I've ever given anybody in my life for behavior. Starting to bully people 2 minutes into this game and just very clearly imitating reactively what other people have been doing to you. It's pathetic, and there's just so many better ways of getting attention. It's so comical, all this complete lack of self-reflection. How in the hell can you actually get away with yapping the entire time when you yourself are losing every defensive structure you have? It was the mid lane that collapsed first, and I try to work with everyone. But I don't so much know that it's a good thing that I do that. Some people are really not worth working with. We're gonna have this Italian man, Omino Focaccia. We're going to assume that that means ominous smell, but I'm not going to look it up. Rather good behavior here, I would say a high B. Really try to help out. A lot of compassion, a lot of involvement. Very mature perspective, but then again, this kind of play style is really, in many ways, a lost cause in these tiers. Overall, we would have to say a 7-3 game, and what a journey. One thing I'd really be interested in finding out is whether other people are in these environments as well. Are you also playing with people who are going 7-25? Am I making this up on the fly? Am I telling tales? Or is it just inherently impossible to ever get anywhere depending on what groups they put you in? I suppose as long as we can keep playing, we'll find out down the line. There's some thrilling moments here, and it's always interesting to survive among a bunch of challenged people. Just so many layers to League, and it's such a challenge to stay alive if you're playing Karthus or you're playing Yone. It seems almost like everything's a struggle, makes you question life. Taking a look at the scoreboard here, we see you building armor and physical defense. Let me teach you something here. AP, 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 AP. You want to laugh at other people, attack them in the pings and whatnot. Why are you building armor? You're going up against a team of mages. You can't even tell what your own enemy is. We see here the battle between this Karthus and this Graves when it comes to wealth generation. Wealth generation is important because it dictates what tools you have throughout the rest of the game. This is an additional handicap that you're going to face with Karthus, which is one of the many reasons why not to pick him. Moving on.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned. Enemy killing spree. Enemy rampage. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Ask me if I'm listening. Hint, I'm not. She's such a loser. Always ready to cry.
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. Turret plating will soon fall. An ally has been slain.
let's just start shooting.
Enemy killing spree.
You think I'm crazy?
Enemy rampage.
All part of the plan I just made up.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
Smile! It's called just
Shut down. Your turret has been destroyed.
I'm wearing lots of belts. For no reason at all. I bring the light wrap! I'm trying to care. I just can't.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Let's move the flame!
Your team has destroyed a turret.
She's such a loser. Always ready to cry.
Enemy double kill. An enemy has been slain. Enemy triple kill. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Hold up! I'm about to say something really cool. What if I had a gun that shot other guns? Aced. A summoner has disconnected. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. A summoner has disconnected. An ally has been slain. Let's just behave.
An ally has been slain. A summoner has reconnected.
easy. Got a doctor though.
Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy is dominating.
Who needs reasons? Hold on. I'm about to say something really cool.
Enemy double kill.